Hey guys, Lord Sora here. Welcome back to the channel. We have a new build in Season 9, sort of new, sort of old, sort of mixed bag, but it's a new way of playing Blood Wave, and it is actually doing trillions of dot damage. It is purely doing shadow damage over time, not that overpower damage, not the orange numbers, it's all white numbers here. So if you haven't watched the Season 9 build guide for the original, the blood wave that you are used to, the orange blood wave, let's call it, is nerfed, and I have a video on that. That link is in description. But the nerfs create a new opportunities to go back to our roots. It's time to dust off the OG wave, and this is actually was the original way to play blood wave, with the relying on the shadow damage over time before the overpower portion of the build has gotten significant buffs. The original Blood Wave was relying on Desecrated Ground, shadow damage over time. And some of you guys have been around in my channel might know this from Season 1 and from our PvP days back in the day. So it is making a comeback. So I am convinced that this will be the way to play Blood Wave now. It is a lot simpler to pilot, and powers wise it should be very neck and neck with the orange OP wave. Maybe even more damage, we will have to see. But in the background, you are seeing the PDR gameplay. I was able to clear 103, and I was expecting around 105 when I fully min-maxed and geared out as well, and with good fishing and stuff. And since then, we also got a buff, and now with the new Affliction buff, this build received 26% more damage. And it was already one of the highest clears of Necromancer in PTR, so I really expect this build to be the S tier with Shadow Blight, one of 3 or one of 4 best builds to play, and potentially the best one. We will have to see. So how is this build different? It is not just a variant. If you go to my written guide on Blood Wave, you will see there's a variant section of this, and it goes in more details, and you can access to its planner as well, but planner will be also separately linked down in the description. But if you want to read the write-up on it, it's included in the Blood Wave guide I have on Maxroll. It's not just a variant, it's a full transformation of an overpowering Blood Wave into a pure dot-based build focused on corrupting shadow damage. It's built and scaled and played completely differently. Your main damage comes from ultimate shadow aspect, so no more orange numbers. Turn those white numbers on. This is a real dot damage over time build. You don't care about blood orbs for pit pushing, and that's one of the big nerfs coming to Blood Wave, that having to pick up blood orbs to reset Ratma's vigor time to be able to overpower at all times. In this version of the build, you do not have to worry about that at all. You do not pick up blood orbs at all in the pits. Outside the pits, you still have to pick up orbs for fast blood, but you can put on your amulet, and you can only pick up 2 orbs, and you'll be good to go. So that won't be too bad. But in the pits, you do not have to worry about orbs at all. You can play fully stationary, and in fact, this is a more stationary area of denial type of style, because you want to stay in the same proximity and stack those desecrated ground damage. Desecrated Ground used to never stack, so it was always the same amount of damage. However, now it does, so if you stack waves on top of each other, you will get more damage output. We have done a lot of testing on this build, especially the Dam from Sanctuary Discord. Huge shout out to him. When I was very busy with Blood Wave, the orange Blood Wave, he kept grinding the OG Shadow Wave, dragged back into the meta status again. So we have found out a lot of things that interacted with Blood Wave and does not interact with Blood Wave. So I'm putting a screenshot here on the screen, and from the Excel sheet I have, pause it, take a screenshot of it, and this will come in handy if you want to do your own iteration or try to understand what works for this build and what doesn't, because there are certain things that works for the build. For example, Casime's Legacy, double chance to hit damage works. However, Blood Wave ranks or blood skill damage or ultimate damage does not scale its damage. So those are little things that you need to understand in to see how this build fully scales. Blood Wave, actually the wave itself, hit does nothing for us. Our real DPS is only coming from the Desecrated Ground. Like I said, ultimate shadow aspect. As a DoT build, you do not care about crit chance, you do not care about crit damage, you do not care about overpower. Best scalers for this build is shadow damage over time, corrupting damage, and general shadow elemental damage, intelligence, and class passives and skill tree, and so on and so forth. And like I said, blood damage, ultimate damage, extra skill ranks into Blood Wave, they do not increase our main damage dealer at all. That they just increase the Blood Wave's damage, not the Desecrated Ground. Talk about the build guide. If you go to my written guide on Maxroll under Blood Wave, it calls out that there is a new variant here, damage over time, Desecrated Ground. If you go to the variant section, you will see a lot more information here in general, but there is a Shadow DoT variant here now, and this talks about a lot of details. You probably want to read this one. There's a lot of information here, but if you click on any of the embeds, this will open up the planner for you, and let's go over the gear real quick. First slot, Arrow of Perdition. Like I said, we do not care about the crit chance or crit damage here, but Arrow of Perdition is still very good. It gives us a huge multiplier, and it has a really good amount of lucky hit chance. That's pretty much the only stat in addition to movement speed that is valuable. So this is what our helmet looks like for this build. We have Shroud of Fall stats, still very good. Get all stats here and +1 passives, just can't beat it. On our glows, in this build, actually, we do care a lot more about additive damage on our gear, especially if we do not have that much of an inflated additive damage bucket. So every additive damage is about here is like 2-3% more damage, but the main stat is intelligence. We also want to get some maximum life just to be tanky, because we are going to be trying to be face tanking and play more stationary on this build as well. Casime's Legacy, still very good for this build. Actually, 2 waves coming from both sides stack and increases your DPS. Chance for Blood Wave to deal double damage. Interestingly, works for Desecrated Ground, and it has a huge amount of Blood Wave cooldown reduction, as well as damage reduction while fortified as well. So it's a really good option for the build. Ultimate damage does nothing for the build, just to call that out one more time. On the pants, on the boots, sorry, we are running again very classic boots. We intelligence, maximum life, and armor to cap out our armor. Weapon, we are running intelligence, damage over time, and lucky chance to restore primary resource. Finality, Desecrated Ground. We are again running lucky chance to restore essence, because we are running Ahu Cax. Cax depletes all our resource when it procs, so we need a way to get it back, and lucky chance to restore essence does that for us. And another rune combination is Ignite Tool. Tool invokes Mystical Frost Nova from Sorcerer. This gives us our vulnerability source. Is also a damage multiplier. It's a 15% damage multiplier for us, so it's a really good option here. On Amulet, we are imprinting Damned aspect over here. The most important GA stat is intelligence, and you do want to triple Masterwork to Gloom. On glows, I have skipped this part I think earlier. We are imprinting Title. It's just very good, even though with the animation lock, we don't care about its damage value. We just want as many waves to be able to cast it within certain period of time, and this allows for waves to be still going out while we're able to do other things like consuming corpses, pulling mobs, and buffing ourselves up. Boots, we have Cursed Aura. On one of our rings, we are running Creeping Death. You can also put this one on Amulet, but you lose too much DPS during the boss, especially while pit pushing. So I found this to be the best case scenario between the two. Damned aspect, the 83% on Amulet, and then you put Creeping Death. And the Creeping Death actually multipliers goes higher the more CC you inflict on targets, which you will see later on. This is why we are running Glacial Nimbus. We get another chilled and frozen status from here, so it adds more multipliers to our Creeping Death. Stats are the same: intelligence, damage over time, maximum life, same as glows, and the other ringless stats are same as well. We are running Vehement Brawler here, casting ultimate, increase our damage. We cast our ultimate all the time, and this also gives us additional ranks, which reduces the blood wave cooldown further. Again, the ranks does nothing for blood wave, but the in terms of damage, but they help us reduce its cooldown further, which is ideally more DPS. On two-hander, we are running Ultimate Shadow. This is our main damage, 71,000 tooltip. So this is the core functionality where the damage comes from, and you are running Intelligence, damage over time, and Imprinting Finality, and Desecrated Ground. Desecrated Ground temper additive damage is actually really high, and we get lots of this from Paragon as well, which is some of the reasons why this build is so relevant and ahead of other DoT builds, because we get a lot of additives in this build. You can see on the rings and amulet as well, we have all tempered Desecrated Ground damage in addition to ultimate cooldown reduction. Skills looking pretty much similar to OP Blood Wave. We have tendrils to pull them in. It actually helps a lot because you want them to be the center of the Shadow Wave, Desecrated Ground. So really helps us ramp up more DoT damage overall. The sacrifice is slightly different. We again have the Shadow Sacrifice here, but now we have actually the Vulnerable Sacrifice here. And then for the Bone Golem, I am opting in for the attack speed it's more like a quality of life gameplay improvement. The more attack speed, you're able to consume corpses better, casting's a little bit better. So opting in for the attack speed here. But a blood sacrifice is also definitely valid, especially if you want to be a little bit more tankier. Skill tree looks pretty much standard. Please check the planner, so I'm not going to go into all the details. I don't want you guys to confuse because we have ranks into blood wave, but again, it's just to reduce the cooldown a lot further. We do not have any Tides of Blood here. If you're familiar with the OP wave, this is only for the overpower. This does nothing for us in the DoT version of this build. Let's talk about the Paragon board. Obviously, there are some key differences on the Paragon board as we are prioritizing more shadow damage and we are not investing into some of the other additive nodes that is not relevant for our build. First board, we're taking Abyssal, and then going all the way up, we are taking Scourge Glyph as we are prioritizing shadow damage over time, taking some of the shadow damage additives here. Then we go into the next board. We have Eliminator, we have Flesh Eater. Actually, one key legendary that we take in the Wither board is Wither. This is very, very important for us for this build. It gives us a huge multiplier. And going up to the next board, we are taking Blood Begets Blood as we are generating lots of blood orbs already. So this will help us as well. And going forward, we are running Sacrificial here. I usually run Gravekeeper on one of my boards instead of Sacrificial now. However, in this one, I was feeling like I was consuming corpses way too much with this build. And so based on my testing, I felt like Sacrificial was better from PTR. But I have to test this a bit more, so I'll give you guys an update when I do. On the last board, we have Frailty, gives us a huge multiplier. And then we have Desecration Glyph. I mean, this glyph is one of the best glyphs, so part of the reason why this build shines so much more compared to other shadow damage over time builds. Look at this huge amount of additive. It gives huge amount of multipliers as well. So this is definitely one of the most important glyphs for us. But this is the overall Paragon board. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions or suggestions. There's a slight change on the Mercenary setup. It's pretty much the same as we rely on Altkin to proc lucky hit chances to reduce the cooldown of Blood Wave without relying on Fast Blood. That still is in here. And one big change is that we are running Subo again, but we are taking this node, which is a 30% damage multiplier. And down below, we're taking extra lucky hit chance here as well. So that's the small difference with the Mercenary setup. And the seasonal powers are pretty much the same. We are getting our Unstoppable, we are getting our Execute, and then we are getting our way to remove damage resistance auras using Disintegrate, and we are running Glacial Nimbus for the chill just to increase damage of creeping that further. If you want to run this build outside of pits, it's still very relevant, still probably one of the best options, but then obviously you need Fast Blood, so you will drop Vehement and put Fast Blood on outside of pits. For pit pushing, you need to drop Fast Blood and put Vehemence on. Overall, this covers all the initial must-knowns. Again, if you have any questions and things you want me to clarify further, please comment below. I will answer most of your questions as soon as possible. If you made it all the way here in the video and you liked the content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel as the Season 9 is launches. I am getting close to the 4,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate your help on this one. Expect tons of more guides, videos, and gameplay examples from me as the Season 9 evolves. Lord Sora here. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.